All right, let's talk about something that drives pretty much every creative and technical pro crazy, the storage bottleneck. We're going to take a look at a piece of hardware that's designed from the ground up to just get rid of it for good. So let's be real for a second. Is your storage actually keeping up with you? I mean, you've invested in the killer camera, the beast of a computer, the gorgeous high-res displays, but what's the point if you're just stuck waiting for files to transfer? All that incredible power is just sitting there.
You know the feeling, right? That spinning wheel of doom when you're deep in a 6K color grade. Or that little pit in your stomach when you think, what if a drive dies and I lose weeks of work? Not to mention the headache of trying to manage yet another ridiculously complicated device. These things are just creativity killers. They're the walls standing between you and your best work. Well, this right here is the solution. Meet the Areca ARC 8050T5U. And let me be clear, this is not just another storage box. You should think of it as a high-performance engine purpose-built to tear down those walls. Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll see how it can unleash your creativity. Then, how it acts as a fortress for your data. We'll get into its incredible flexibility, how it integrates into your setup, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with what we're calling the Areca Advantage. All right, section 1. Let's get right to it. This is all about performance, the kind of raw speed that can literally transform the way you work. Get ready for this number, 120 gigabits per second. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the kind of mind-blowing throughput you get with the latest Thunderbolt 5 technology. We're talking about one single powerful port that can handle the fastest connection to pretty much any device out there. But what does a number like that actually do for you day to day? Well, it means you can edit multiple streams of high-definition footage in real time. No proxies needed. It means running two 6K displays while you're transferring massive files, all without dropping a single frame. It even means you can daisy chain up to 6 other Thunderbolt devices, building out a massive, powerful ecosystem from just one port on your computer. Okay, so speed is fantastic, but it's totally useless if your data isn't safe. And that brings us to our second point, turning your storage into a digital fortress with some seriously ironclad reliability. The secret sauce here is true hardware RAID. Now, unlike software RAID, which uses your computer's own processor and slows it down, this system has its own dedicated brain, a RAID on chip, and special error-correcting memory. This means all the heavy lifting for data protection happens inside the box itself, leaving your computer totally free to do what it does best. And you get to choose exactly how you want that protection configured. You can go for simple mirroring with RAID 1, where one drive is just an exact copy of another, or for those mission-critical projects you absolutely cannot afford to lose, you can use RAID 6. With that, you can have 2 separate drives fail at the exact same time, and you still won't lose a single byte of data. It's incredible. And the protection goes even deeper. We're talking controller-level hardware encryption that secures everything without a performance hit. It has full support for managing those special self-encrypting drives. There's an optional battery backup module, so if the power suddenly cuts out, any data in the cache is safe. And get this, it even runs its own automated health checks to find and fix potential errors before they ever become a problem. Every workflow is unique, right? Your storage should adapt to you, not the other way around. So that brings us to section 3, flexibility and control. No matter what your setup looks like, there's a model here that'll fit right in. If you need a compact 4-bay for your desktop, you got it. Building out a massive central server? Check out the 12-bay powerhouse. But here's the crucial part. You get the exact same enterprise-grade technology under the hood, no matter which size you choose. Now, this next bit is an absolute game changer. It's called tri-mode support. What that means is you can literally mix and match different kinds of drives, NVMe, SAS, or SATA, all in the same box. So you could have blazing fast NVMe drives for your active projects, high-capacity SAS drives for your nearline storage, and cost-effective SATA drives for archiving. You are never locked into one type of media. That is true flexibility. And just take a quick look at the back panel, because this thing is more than just storage. It's the heart of your entire workspace. You've got 2 Thunderbolt 5 ports for your computer and for daisy chaining, a full-size DisplayPort 2.1 output, a dedicated network port just for remote management, and even a SAS expansion port so you can connect more enclosures as your needs grow. It's just packed. All right, all this powerful hardware is great, but it needs intuitive control. So let's look at how easily the ARC's 8050T5U can integrate right into your workflow.
You get a full suite of tools so you can manage it your way. You can use the mCRAD web interface from any browser, a dedicated desktop software, a command line interface if you're into scripting and automation. You can even integrate it into larger IT frameworks using standard tools for remote monitoring and automated email alerts. Here's a peek at that web interface, MacRaid. You can see it's super clean and simple. It gives you an immediate, at-a-glance overview of your system's health, what firmware you're on, and your entire configuration. It's all right there. And remember, we were talking about that high-level security with self-encrypting drives? Well, look how straightforward this is. Managing the security keys, generating them, exporting them, is all handled through this simple, clear menu. Just a few clicks and you're done. And for those of you who love to fine-tune everything, you have incredible control. This, for example, is the power management screen. You can adjust exactly when the drives spin down to save energy, reduce heat, and just make your whole work environment quieter. It's all about tailoring it to your specific needs. So let's bring it all together. What is the Areca advantage? When you really boil it all down, it comes down to 3 core pillars: speed, security, and flexibility. What you're getting here is a complete storage solution. It accelerates your workflow with that incredible Thunderbolt 5 speed so you can stop waiting. It protects your most valuable asset, your data, with multiple layers of hardware security. It adapts to your specific needs today and can scale for tomorrow. And it puts you in complete control with professional-grade management tools. So, really, the final question is this: what happens when you remove the bottleneck? When you stop worrying about data integrity, and when your tools finally adapt to you? What becomes possible? What will you create when your storage can finally keep up with your ambition?